Hello, my name is Alec Eskenazi. I attend the University of Texas at Arlington. I'm a health and performance intern at the Beacon, and the purpose of this video is to showcase my skills and knowledge of health and fitness by demonstrating 4 exercises. First is our high knees. We're going to start with feet hip width apart. Begin by driving the knee up to hip level while raising the opposite arm, then quickly switch. So the opposite arm and opposite leg were in the same position as before. We want to be sure to stay on the balls of our feet for this exercise. 3 common mistakes to this is not raising the knee to hip level. Another common mistake is not including our arms. We want to be sure to include our arms since this is replicating a running form. And lastly, performing this at a slow pace. Hence why we stay on the balls of our feet so we can perform this at a fast pace. 3 benefits is that it improves stability and balance. It's a full body movement and it increases body temperature and heart rate. Our next exercise is our sumo squat. We're going to start with a wide stance, feet pointed outwards at 45 degrees. We're going to begin by unlocking the hips and squatting down. In the bottom position, we want to make sure our quadriceps are parallel with the floor. Then once we're ready to come up, we're going to push through the floor with our feet, squeezing the glutes at the top of the movement. 3 common mistakes in this exercise is rounding the back. We want to make sure we're keeping a neutral spine throughout the whole movement. We're not rounding our back. Another common mistake is our heels coming up off the ground. We want to make sure our feet are tripods and keep our feet flat on the ground throughout the whole movement. And lastly, knee valgus, which is when we cave our knees in. 3 benefits to this exercise is it is used as a pre-screening tool to observe any limited range of motion for squatting. Another one is strengthening our glutes. And lastly, it teaches the athlete to point the knees outwards towards our pinky toes to prevent knee valgus. Our third exercise is our thread the needle. We're going to begin with knees directly under our hips, hands directly under our shoulders. We're going to make sure that our hips are staying squared towards the floor throughout the whole movement. Our first step is that we're going to stiff arm the floor with one arm. With the other arm, we're going to reach through under the bridge as far as we can. Then once we're done, we're going to turn outside, tracking the eyes to our hand, pointing our hand to the ceiling, and coming right back through. Common mistakes to this exercise is that people don't stiff arm the floor. If they don't stiff arm the floor and have a bent arm just like this, we're not going to get the full benefits of reaching through. Another common mistake is that people don't track their hand with their eyes. We want to make sure when we're reaching through, tracking our hand to our eyes for the whole movement in order to get the whole stretch of this exercise. Another common mistake is that people rush through this and go halfway, just like this. We want to make sure that we're reaching all the way through, so go at a nice slow pace. Benefits to this exercise is it improves T-spine mobility, relieves lower back pain, it stretches out the neck, chest, shoulders, and back. Last exercise is our kettlebell swings. We're going to start with a pronated grip on our kettlebell. We're going to be in the power position, which is our feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent, torso upright. We're going to begin with a small hinge movement. At this point, the kettlebell should be in between our legs. Then quickly, we're going to pop the hips out, moving the kettlebell with our legs. Common mistakes to this exercise is moving the kettlebell above our chest. If we move the kettlebell above our chest, like this, we're turning it into a full body exercise. Another common mistake is not popping the hips out. We want to be sure that we're squeezing the glutes, popping the hips out at the top of the movement. Now we're moving the weight with our lower body, just like that. And lastly, another common mistake is squatting down. We don't want to squat down, since this puts extra strain on our lower back. We only want the hinge movement. That way we're moving the weight. 3 benefits to this exercise is it primes the muscles if we're using this as a warm-up exercise. It improves athleticism by recruiting fast twitch muscle fibers, and it strengthens the hips, glutes, hamstrings, and lower back.